Ladies and gentlemen, me.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title of today's video, we'll be creating a simple intro for your YouTube channel, and you can achieve this on your mobile phone, whether it is an iOS or Android. Now the app that I will be using is Capcut, and it is 100% free, so you don't have to worry about that. However, the images that I am going to use, I got them from Pinterest. I also got the background from Pinterest. So if you want a specific background, ensure to get everything that you're going to use inside of CapCut before you start your design. So when you enter CapCut, this is what you should be seeing. So you're going to select a new project, and you're just going to add your images and icons one at a time. So the first thing that I'm going to add is the background. I'm going to use this white background that I got from Pinterest. And before you do anything, you're going to scroll to the very end, and where you see ending, this is actually the CapCut watermark, and you can actually delete it. So click delete. Then you're going to go to the beginning of your video and scroll till you find the format at the bottom of your screen, and you're going to select 16:9 because that is the aspect ratio of YouTube videos. Okay, so you realize that the white background is not fully covered by, and the screen is not fully covered by the white background. So all you have to do is select the white background and then zoom in until it covers the entire screen. Now if you want to add everything on one to appear on one clip, you could extend the background to the amount of seconds you want. However, I do not want that, so I am just going to split mine in half because I want them to appear separately and not on the same page. So now you're just going to select overlay and select add overlay, and I'm going to add my images one at a time. So I'll be using these two images of Ryan Destiny. However, I will be doing them one at a time so you guys don't get confused. So I'll be using this one first, and I'll be just select it and select add, and it will be added. Now you realize that the image has a background. No problem, you can actually remove the background in CapCut. So to remove the background, you're going to select the image and you're going to scroll to remove background, and the background is automatically removed. Now I want to resize this and reposition it, as well as turn the transparency down a bit. So I'm just going to select my image, and to resize it, you just zoom in as you would zoom in on your phone screen with your two fingers, and I'm going to place it right here like that, and I'm going to turn the transparency down. So I'm just going to click on the image and scroll until I see opacity, and I am going to turn it down a bit. So I put it at 44. I think I can put it at 50. Okay, now I'm going to add another overlay. So I'm just going to select overlay, and I'm going to add the same image, but I am going to make it a bit smaller and keep the opacity at 100. And the same thing applies. Remove the background, and then you select the image and you're going to resize it and position it where you want. Okay, so let's play that and see how it looks so far. Okay, so now we're going to animate the images. So we're going to animate the first image. So click on the first image and go to animation, and select in, and we're going to scroll down. We're going to use an animation called swing bottom. So we're going to scroll until we find it. Okay, this is the one, and we're going to set that at a 1.2 seconds, just like that. We're going to add the same animation to, and ensure that when you select the image, the animation button, let me show you guys. Once you set the animation icon, choose in. So in is basically you want animation to appear when the image is just entering the frame or when it is going out, or a combination of both. So I'm just going to select in for the purpose of this tutorial. And I'm also going to use the same animation on this one, but I'm going to set it at 0.5 seconds. So let's play that and see how we're looking. Okay, perfect. Now we're going to add some text. So we're going to select text and select add text, and you should see this text box, and we're going to write Ryan Destiny, and I am going to put this in all caps. And then you're just going to go to style and change the color to any color you want. There are a range of colors, as well as you can add borders or strokes or run a text. It all depends on your liking. So I'm going to change the fonts. You can actually upload your own fonts into Capcut. But the font that I'll be using today is called New York. And I'm going to go to style, and I am going to select shadows. I'm going to add a shadow, a black shadow, and I'm going to turn the opacity down a bit, like so. Then I'm going to play it to see how it looks. Okay, so we want to reposition it. So we're going to select it and we're going to put it right here. Okay, and we're going to add an animation. So okay, we're going to scroll for animation, and then the animation that we're going to add is called flicker, and again ensure you select in. It's called flicker, and I am going to put it at a 0.5 seconds. So let's see how that looks. Okay, and I'm going to add another text. So we're going to add Ryan Destiny again, but this time it's going to be in a different font. So we're going to go to style. Now we're going to go to font, and we're going to, I use this one right here. I think it's called Signaton or something like that. But that's how it looks. And then I am going to go to style, and I'm going to go to bold italic, and I'm going to select bold. Then I'm going to go to shadow, and I'm going to select that, and I'm going to turn the opacity down a bit. Then I'm going to go to animation, and I'm going to select this animation, concentrate, and I'm going to put it at a 0.6 seconds, just like that. So let me play that. Okay, so we want it above this Ryan, and we're going to change the size a bit, like so. I think we can adjust the size of the big Ryan a bit. So let's play that and see how it looks. Okay, now we're going to go to overlay again, and we're going to add another image. So the image that we'll be adding is this one right here, and again we're just going to remove the background, and we are going to position it right here like this, and we are going to turn the transparency down. So we're going to go to opacity and turn it all the way down like this. not all the way down, but where it's not as visible. And we're also going to animate this. So select animation and select in, and we're going to use the fade in, and we're going to put it at a 0.6 seconds. So let's play this and see how it looks. Okay, now there's one last thing that we're going to do for this section. We're going to go to stickers, and we're going to add a subscribe button. So we're going to scroll, and we're going to select this icon right here, and we're going to use this subscribe button, and we're going to size it down a bit, and we're going to also move it. Okay, let's see how it's positioned. I think it's okay like that. Right now I'm just going to delete this section, and I'm going to split this and delete it, since we don't need that extra portion. And then we're going to go to effects and select video effects, and we're going to go for fish eye right here. It's on the basic, and we're going to adjust it. So we are going to increase the size, turn the filter down a little bit. So these adjustments is totally up to you, honestly. So let's see how this is looking. So it's playing a little slow because I am screen recording, but don't worry about that. Don't worry about that, it should be fine. Okay, so I think I am going to make it a bit larger in size. Okay, let's see. Okay, so now we're going to work on the other portion. So we're going to select on our background, and we're just going to go to copy to create a duplicate, and we're going to add our next section. So we're going to add our social media icons. So before we start working on this second section, we're actually going to select this. You see the box between the two white backgrounds? We're going to select that to add a transition. And in Capcut there are a range of different transition that you're going to add, you can use. So but today I'm going to go to mask, and we're going to select clouds, and we're going to put that at 0.1 seconds. So let's see how this looks. So as I mentioned, it's playing a bit slow because I am screen recording. So don't worry about that. Once I download it and show it to you guys, it should look fine. Okay, so I'm going to add a text, and I'm going to add stay connected, and I'm going to add a shadow. Now first I'm going to bold the text, and I'm going to add a shadow, a black shadow, and I'm going to turn the opacity of the shadow down a bit like so, and I'm going to put that right here. And I'm going to go to animation and select concentrate, and I'm going to put that at 0.6 seconds. Okay, Now I am going to select overlay, and I'm going to select this photo, and I'm going to remove the background. I'm going to reposition it at this side of the screen. I'm going to zoom it up a bit, and I'm going to turn the opacity down a bit, not as low as the first one, but a bit. Okay, then we're going to add our social media icons. So select overlay again. So I'm going to add them one at a time. And guys, I actually got these social media icons from Google, but you can get them from either Google or Pinterest. And one thing to note, that with smaller icons like these, CapCut does not remove the background of the images. So when you're dealing with these small icons, you can go to remove.bg to remove the background. CapCut only seems to remove the background from physical pictures. So I'm just going to select one of the icons, and I'm going to select add, and I'm just going to size this down and put it right here. And I'm just going to add the other icon. And I'm going to start adding these two icons for the purpose of this tutorial. So let me see. Okay, I think I am going to zoom in some more on this picture. I'm going to resize it some more, like so. Okay, and I'm just going to add some text to represent our social media icons. So I'm just going to add at Ryan. I'm going to put these in all caps. Don't worry about the font. I'm going to change the font to the New York font that we used earlier, and go to style, and we're going to add a shadow, and we're just going to turn this down a bit. Okay, perfect. Now let me see. Okay, so we need it to be, let's see, okay, bring this down some more, and we're just going to zoom in on it. And instead of retyping all of this, I'm just going to select this, and I'm just going to select copy, and I'm just going to pull it down like so. These look a bit, hold on, these look a bit wonky. Let me adjust these some more. Okay, that will do for now. So we're just going to select overlay, and we're going to add some animation to the social media icons. So we're just going to add fade, nothing fancy. We'll just put it at 0.1 seconds. Do that for the other one, and we're going to do that for the text as well. So go back and select text, and then you're going to select Ryan Destiny, and you're going to select I guess we don't have to add any animation to this one. Let's see. Okay, we can add a fade in, and we'll just keep that at 0.1 seconds, and we're going to repeat the process for this one as well. Okay guys, so once you're done, you just want to ensure that the play its are lined up with the overlays. So you realize that the background is shorter than the overlays. So we're just going to adjust those. Okay, and then you will just replay it, But as I said, this is moving a bit slow because I am screen recording, so I'm just going to download it. And to download finished the finished product, you just select this right here, put it at 180. You want the highest quality and you want the highest frame rate, so it has a smoother playback. And you're just going to select download, and it should take a minute or less to export your file depending on the length of your tutorial, of your intro. What am I saying? Okay, and I'm just going to play the downloaded intro for you guys to see what it turns out, how it turns out. And you can add your own audio when you're done. I did not add any because I don't want to get any copyright claims, because I realized that sometimes the music say they're copyright free, but when you upload them to your channel a week later, you're getting a copyright claim. So sometimes you have to be careful of that, especially when your channel is monetized. You don't want to add music to your videos, especially those videos that are doing well, or else you're going to probably have to mute the video or delete the video and re-upload it. So be careful of that, because sometimes the owner of the music decides that they want to monetize it a few months later after you've used the audio. So that's it for today, guys. Until next time, stay safe and stay blessed. Oh, and don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever I upload my weekly videos.